Previously on Incog-Moto.
Alright, so that's it for right now. Like I said, way louder than I was expecting. Not mad about it. People in traffic will finally hear me. That's good. Police will finally hear me.
Way louder than I was expecting.
We have some stuff to do today on the R3. Just to start with, the exhaust that we installed last time, it's got to go. It's a quality product, really well made. It's very evident. However, I didn't get to test ride this after putting that exhaust on until like 3 days later because it's been raining like crazy here. And when I finally did test ride it, I already have hearing damage in my left ear. And within a few minutes of riding with that, especially around a city where noise reverberates off of big buildings, I had a headache really quick. I felt terrible, and I just packed it in and went home. So I went ahead and ordered a Coffman's Shorty. I have that on my Rebel. I actually like it a lot. They're really well made. Sounds great. Coffman makes their exhaust so that you can remove a dB killer or some packing. Interestingly though, I did come across a really great channel. I think it's called like Two Wheels Dyno, something like that. I'll link it below or do whatever the hell YouTubers do. That was talking about specifically with the 25-year and up R3s that putting a slip-on on them that has a really high volume of flow through, aka a larger pipe or larger in diameter and less packing, can actually cause these to run lean, like a really lean AFR, which generates, of course, a lot of heat. That's pretty concerning, and it's fascinating to learn that. I'm hoping that because the Coffman is a smaller diameter than the Akrapovic, that won't really be an issue. So we're going to go ahead and put on the Coffman Shorty. We're going to knock that out first because it should be pretty simple. The next thing that we're going to do is, because I removed the passenger peg on this side, and the Coffman's doesn't use a bracket on that side, we'll get to that in a minute. I actually designed and 3D printed some TPU plugs, like I said I would, that slot right in there. And we'll get those put in. That's going to be really quick. What I'm most excited about though is going to be the TST Industries Tailtidy and flush mount turn signals for the rear. Their products are amazing. I've used them before. I didn't think to also get the flush mount front signals when I ordered this, so I will get those ordered. So we're going to install the Coffman Shorty, get those plugs put in the frame, do the Tailtidy, do the turn signals, test everything, make sure it's working. I said we'd talk more about the Coffman exhaust. For the Rebel, it was pretty simple. Just 2 bolts, clamp, and I'm pretty sure a bracket. The way they've designed this one for the R3 though, it has to be riveted on. So I have to get it on there, get it where I want it positioned, center mark a hole, drill it out, and then use a rivet gun to do that. Something you might want to be aware of if you're getting this exhaust for this bike. Especially because the product description doesn't actually mention that it requires drilling into the stock header. It's just a very small hole, 9/64ths I think, but it's something worth noting, and it would have been nice to know going into this. The other thing is that because there's no bracket attachment for this exhaust, this thing can actually go, and we can get the rest of those plugs in. These are the plugs that I designed. It's just TPU, which is a flexible filament. I designed them just a hair too thick over the diameter of this thread, just so that they can compress in there and then be held in by their own tension. I don't know, it's a tough call. I like it like that, but I also really like it upturned. Take a step back and look. I kind of like it angled like that because it complements with the angle of the tail. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, the exhaust is all cleaned up. I was gonna wait till after we did everything, but I really can't. I wanna go ahead and fire it up, see how it sounds. All right, this is immediately way better. Definitely louder than stock, not as loud as the track pipe, and I still have the option to remove the decibel killer. Like, that is chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Well done, Coffman. This is why I buy your products. All right, I can't even really show you where this nut fell, but of course it did. However, this is the exact reason why everybody should go on Amazon and buy a $10 set of surgical forceps. Because my big meat hand can't fit in this bundle of wires to get this nut, but these should have no problem with it. Granted, I lose sight of it every time I step away. There it is. That's the beauty of forceps, is that they lock. So that was really easy, and what could have been an awful situation actually ended up being okay. Let's do this again, but not drop the nut this time. I got complacent because the first side that I did was easy. License plate light is done, brackets on, and their little plate is in there. It's looking awesome. All right, bear with me here. This is my first time using the Insta360 wireless mic. I'm also realizing that my new helmet squeezes my cheeks, so I'm kind of talking with a little bit of a lisp. A lot happened since you last saw me in the video. The new Insta360 that I got and was experimenting with died, so I did not get to finish recording putting everything back together. However, as they say, assembly is the opposite of disassembly, or whatever the phrase is. It's slipping my mind right now. It was really hot, so I ended up doing a really low effort reassembly of everything, especially the wiring job. I wasn't proud of it, and I try to actually do my wiring really nice whenever I touch anything electronic. So the next day, I actually ended up bringing this bike into my apartment and tidying up the wiring inside while enjoying the air conditioning, which was nice. Did a lot better of a job than I could have out in the heat. The exhaust is installed. I'm really liking the new Coffmans. I'm really liking the Tailtidy. I think it looks great. Definitely don't want that extra bulk for when I do take this to the track. Plus it just looks cleaner. I mean, the modern tails on motorcycles are ridiculous. So we're just taking it for a little spin. Let you guys hear some of it. So yeah, I think it looks great. Sounds great. Technically shaved a couple pound of difference of the Akrapovic to the Coffmans, and I'm sure there's at least another pound in that tail assembly that we got rid of. While I'm just kind of meandering around, I'm going to apologize for the crappy video and audio throughout most of the video. I think it's, I got this new X5 before I got this microphone. And then I was like, I should probably just get the microphone too. After the amount of money you spend on the camera, the $40 or whatever for the microphone is, you just got to do it. But then I was also learning how to actually use this camera.
and how to frame things, and I really did not understand. I really did not know how noisy the shot can get when you do the D-warp and zoom in. So I know a lot of those shots weren't the highest quality and had a lot of noise, but bear with me while I figure this thing out. Probably going to end up getting the Ace 2 Pro. Oh, wood chipper. That guy gave me a nod! Yes! That guy was like, gave me the most approving chin up nod. That's so validating. I made good choices. Strangers on the street like the choices that I've made. So yeah, sorry for all the crappy quality, both with the video and the audio. It should get better moving forward. Still have the DB killer in the packing. I think it's a great blend of not sounding quiet like the stock exhaust and being able to be heard by all the people around me, because I haven't actually just ridden this bike for the sake of riding it since I got it. I did the exhaust swap, and then I went to a bike event, cycle gear, and that's been about it actually. Oh, I did ride it the second day I had it, up to the mountains and around for a bit. But you know, that was the first day, and I like really did my best to baby the shit out of this thing. You know, I'm not gonna redline it, I'm not gonna wide open throttle it, but the more miles I put on it, the more I'm gonna ride it like I would any other motorcycle. And I'll just do an early oil change at 500 miles. Easy peasy. Can't resist revving when I'm under a overpass. And I will take this red light so that I have plenty of room to get on it just a little bit. Yamaha's like, gotta keep it under 6,000 RPMs. Don't ever drive the bike. Don't look at it until it's broken in. Man, I really like how this exhaust sounds. I said I was gonna shut up. Look at me. Still just fucking talking. Yapping. This is a good little bike, man. It's not super fast. It doesn't need to be. It's agile. Everybody I've talked to and I've told that I got one of these things and why I got it, wanting to go to the track with it, it's like, oh man, you bought the right fucking bike for that there, brother. Hell yeah, brother. You're gonna womp on people with that thing. Yeah. Major wompage. You know, I said I'd never become a moto vlogger. Look at me now. Sold out to all 6 of my subscribers. And I know who they are. Hope you guys appreciate how much I've compromised on my values for your sake. It used to be a nice little back lot over here. They tore it all down. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. Give you guys a quick overview. Is this construction worker gonna come yell at me? No. Alright. Yep. Like I said, man, Tailtidy looks great. The flush mount turn signals are awesome. And I love my Coffmans. Love it. Still with me there, boss? Yep. Well, that's a good little bike, man. Boy, I really don't know how to shut the fuck up, do I? Yeah, once you get me going, there I go. Ain't no stopping. And that's why I like loud exhausts. Any day, robot! Thanks, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this completely meandering video with this very up and down quality across the board. Not sure what's next. Maybe a quick shifter. Trying to find some Yamaha frame sliders, but they're out of stock everywhere. Anyways, thanks guys for joining. I'm going to give you one last arbitrary thumbs up.